Once again, it was a very busy trade deadline day across the league. For more on what went down on Thursday, here's our MLB Tonight crew to break it all down.
Abby, thank you so much. Here with Harold Reynolds and Tom Verducci, we were watching the deadline come and go, and there were teams that made a major dent. Tom, I'll start with you. Give me that club that you believe won the day.
I'm going to start with the New York Mets because I looked at some needs they had, center field and bullpen, and boy, did they address them. Cedric Mullins, perfect addition to that lineup, kind of hit at the bottom, premier defense in center field. And their bullpen now has incredible depth and stuff. When you think about Ryan Helsley there added to Edwin Diaz, Tyler Rogers, not a high stuff guy, but he puts the ball on the ground. Gregory Soto was the previous days. So now I look at the Mets and I say, man, it's not just about 2 or 3 guys getting to Edwin Diaz. It's about 4, 5, 6. That's a deep bullpen.
Tell you what, heading into the trade deadline, you could have said the Mets are the best roster in baseball. They were that loaded. Man, what a deal. The Mariners, for me, they need to add offense. It started not just on trade deadline day, but it started with Josh Naylor. When they got him, and then to get Eugenio Suarez, bring Gino back to Seattle. When Gino gets back there now, it takes that lineup and just stretches it. With their great pitching, I thought they did themselves well.
Do you know how deflated the Astros were when they found out the severity of the hamstring injury for Isaac Paredes, their third baseman? To somehow get creative, get Carlos Correa to waive his no trade, to go back to Houston where he won a world championship, and switch positions, no less. Carlos Correa has just reignited a fan base that was already excited because their team's in first place. They get Jesus Sanchez, the left-handed bat they needed. Ramon Arias gives them more depth in the infield. Jeremy Payne's going to come back soon. Correa at third, waking up all the world championship ghosts in Minute Maid Park. I am so excited for this team and that fan base. The Astros have to be fired up. Now, I want to go to this topic, the overlooked player that was acquired at the deadline. Do you mind if I begin here?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Our cohort, Dan Plesac, was singing the praises of a certain 32-year-old pitcher, reclamation project for the Chicago White Sox, Adrian Hauser. He said, if I was a GM, I'd go get him right now. He's been unhittable for the White Sox. They weren't getting any great offers until the Tampa Bay Rays decided, you know what, we're actually still in this. If the Rays go acquire a guy, raise an eyebrow. Adrian Hauser and then Griffin Jax, a reliever with great K per 9 from the Twins, also went to the Rays. But I think Adrian Hauser, an interesting, overlooked player that could make a dent down the stretch. Who do you got?
Now, you talked about the Astros. I talked about the Mariners. Now I'm going to talk about the Rangers. The AL West added Merrill Kelly. And to me, if you go back and watch this guy pitch in the World Series and how he pitched this Diamondback team to the series and how he puts the ball wherever he wants it, an overlooked talent. I tell you what, he's a difference maker. You know, we rank guys 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s based on the matchup. I can start him anytime in a playoff game. I feel good about it.
I think about difference makers who show up when the lights are brightest, and I think Harrison Bader is one of those guys. First of all, the Phillies needed some depth in their outfield. They needed a right-handed bat. They got the perfect guy. I mean, this guy, his stuff, he's had 12 home runs this year, and his stuff will absolutely play in that ballpark. But he's had a knack, and we've seen it before in the postseason, in the big moments of coming up big. This is a great fit for the Phillies.
But we get any more energy with Marsh and him?
When people look back at the 2025 trade deadline, which I think was the most action-packed of all time, Tom, will they not think back on the floodgates opening up for the Minnesota Twins?
I mean, the MVP of the day is the traveling secretary for the Twins. They've moved 11 major league players. 11 major league players. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this on the deadline. Once they made the move with Carlos Correa, you knew this franchise was making a 180-degree pivot. And, boy, they went full throttle.
You didn't think they'd go this far, though.
No. Wow.
And all I got to say is, so I'm in the minor leagues with the Twins, and I was knocking on the door, and they don't call me up now, then I need to get traded too.
Yeah.
Because this is an opportunity for everybody to jump in the big league.
Joe Ryan stayed. So next year, you still got Pablo Lopez, Joe Ryan, Taj Bradley, who they acquired, Simeon Woods, Richardson, Bailey Ober. That's a good 1 through 5. So it's not such a frown for all you Twin fans. Okay, it was a pretty bad day for the Minnesota Twins. Pretty bad day.
They kept Buxton, though.
A historic trade deadline here on MLB Network.